Warning! The following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the wonderful world of Geoguessr. Oh my god. You're here, I'm here, it's a party. We are doing Coastal World today. It's a map-by-mapper, 3-minute time limit. We are definitely in the EU. I do see what appears to be blue on both sides. I think this one had red on it, but not exactly the easiest thing to see. White divider lines, sun kind of to the south. We're screwed. SS113, I believe that is Italy. Which would make sense for blue on both sides. The only other option was Albania. Water to our north, which may be a little confusing. But that should put us probably near Sicily, and Sicily 113. Alright, can we find a town? Or, I don't know, anything of significant importance? Probably not. Why? Because we struggle to find even the best of town names. I mean, we know like a few, but that's it. It looks like we are coming into like civilization of some sorts. Info of Turcic and Polina. Is there a town called Polina? On 113 on the northern coastline. And like, we're like northern coastline. I do see the train line. We might be able to find it by looking for where the train goes into a tunnel. Well, that might be a little bit more difficult. Here's a tunnel. Not quite the same. And I don't see Polina anywhere. Maybe not something that we should have looked for. But we don't actually know what we should be, and that seems to be the problem. I mean, it's still possible that it exists, right? Here's Palermo, obviously not the same thing. Pozzillo. So, I mean, there's things that are kind of similar, and then we have the wrong road. So, that sign, not too helpful. I wonder if this sign is. Nope. We are on, I don't know, like a northern kind of coastline. Like, we're like on the fucking coastline. It's not like we're, you know, 100 yards or meters away or 50 meters. We're fucking on it. This, I would hope, would show up, but what are we going to look for? Just a historic building? It's got a weird coastline. I think point maximization tells us to guess right here. Right? Like over here more. But it's probably closer to here. And actually, if we would have kind of kept it where we had it, we would have been fine. Which was... Don't you love when you click on stupid shit and you get teleported out? It's a good thing that we actually can full screen back into it. Here's the line we traveled. We kind of went east. It looks like if we would have went west, we would have found an intersection of SS113 and SS286. And we would have definitely seen that from a distance, and that would have definitely helped us pinpoint it. And it looks like also to our west was a closer town than to our east. But still don't see what we saw on that sign, sadly. 5 miles, though, not too bad. We're in Korea. Done. We're not going to find anything. We should probably start learning Korean area codes. One of these is probably a mobile or a toll-free. I would assume it's going to be the 010, because it's in 2 spots, but that doesn't necessarily mean too much of anything. We're not going to be able to find any real good hints to tell us where we are. Obviously, the water's to our south. I don't think this is Jeju. I do think it's probably going to be on the southern coast. And that guess is as good as any other guess, mainly because there's limited information in Korea to begin with. Obviously, if we could find something that points to Seoul or any major city, we're gonna take it. But I don't think we're gonna find it. We do have a 063. That would be great if we understood phone numbers here. I think that might be the next thing we do for the Geoguessr Pro community. And hopefully there is a good logic behind it, because if not, then it's gonna be even worse. And even harder to understand. We might even do France, as France only has 5. Like, Can we try and find these? Probably. Is there a good chance that we're not going to find any of these? 100%. I don't see Jeju listed, which means Jeju Island, right out the window. We don't have to worry about it. Jeongdeok and Gwagwal should be to our south, which is why we're looking for those specifically, because we saw water to our south. If we don't find it, we don't find it. Obviously, that is hopefully the worst part of this. But it's probably going to be small towns, and if you look how far we had to zoom in to see some of these, you can understand why it's going to be a struggle. So we need to find bigger towns. The same thing goes for road numbers. Usually we want to find road numbers, except when it comes to Korea, because for some reason they don't want to show up. I believe part of the reasoning is that Korea uses their own style, where they have, you know, their own map system. So why would they update Google Maps when nobody uses it anyway? If only we had some bigger towns here. I mean, obviously we could be looking in the wrong area, right? We did see water to our north. That was water to our south. That was the only real hint we had. But I still haven't seen any of those towns. Here's Jeonju. We're looking for Zhongya, and middle of the fucking southern coast might just be the best fucking play. Obviously, we have plenty of places where we could have water to our south, but I don't know. It's Korea. That's what it comes down to. It comes down to how lucky of a guess did you get. And it ends up being over here. Now, here's Jeonju. That's not the one we wanted. I think I mentioned that. I still don't see Zhongya anywhere. I don't see any of the towns we had. Here's Guangzhou, which was listed. And I don't see any of the others. Obviously, small towns, you're not going to be able to find. It looks like tourists did get a better guess going with the western coast. Sadly, we tried to point optimize the southern coast, and it didn't end up being the southern coast. This is definitely the EU. We have double run and double butt. Awesome. I love Google cameras. They're so great. We're definitely in the EU. I feel like this is probably going to be the UK. I can see it maybe being Scotland. We haven't really got a good look, and we're not in either of those. Perfect. Denmark. Love it. What the fuck is that on the car? Really? Pretty sure that's Denmark. Almost positive. Is it? No. Yes. No. You know what? I'm confused. Flags never work. We are on the East Coast, which means it can't be Norway. I mean, it could be Norway, but, like, probably isn't Norway. Because Norway has a blue on the stripe, doesn't it? And Iceland's is blue and white, kind of like Finland. Well, no, Finland's... Oh, God. Oh, God. I'm losing my fucking mind. I'm almost positive it's Denmark. Denmark is just red and white. And Finland is, like, also red and white. I think I lost my mind. Can we find any confirmation anywhere, please? Just so I don't feel like a moron right now. I know we sometimes get confused with flags. I thought I had Denmark down. I thought I had most of the Nords down. Sweden's blue and yellow. Finland, I think, is... Fuck, blue and white? Norway is red, white, and blue. Iceland, I think, is blue and white. Fuck. Why is it like some days I know this shit and others days I don't? Vibi and Mail. Obviously, we have some distances. I'm pretty sure those are Danish. That is pretty Danish. So, I'm pretty sure that was a Denmark flag. God damn it. Why is it days like today where it just, things don't click? They just, some days they do, some days they don't, and this is one of those don'ts. I don't get it. It's not like we haven't figured it out before. Like, we have known these before, and then Snap of a finger, Thanos snaps it out of our fucking mind. We're not finding too much of anything. Obviously, we found those town names, but they seemed pretty small because they were local. It's not like they were pointing us to Copenhagen or any of the major cities in Denmark. What does that mean for us? We're hoping we get a good guess in. We're almost out of time, and all we really found were small towns. If we were able to find a highway, we would have been able to be pretty good about finding it, but that happens. We actually get a better guess than Taurus. It ends up being this little shitty fucking... Not an island, almost an island. I don't know. There was no good information here, and we weren't going a way that would have helped us. These were really small side roads. It looks like if we would have kept going straight, we would have found Vivi. But it doesn't look like we would have found 315 unless we got, like, really lucky with the path we took. We were nowhere close to a marked road. And even if we found 315, I think we would have figured it out, but there's a good chance we wouldn't. If we would have seen Odense, maybe we would have been able to figure it out. Same general area, although I think this time it is going to be the UK or Ireland. White in the back, Gen 2 coverage, somebody's house, still white in the back. Let's return to start and go the opposite direction. I think is this way. We do have hedges on the side of the road, which is why the UK, Ireland makes sense. Except, is that a Norwegian flag? Doesn't really show too much, but it is an elongated flag and it was red. So Norway works, although it is Gen 2 and now we're in Gen 3. So we were able to hop it. Asvig din Fart, which is, I believe, German. But that's not German. Is this the Netherlands? We get that other half yellow fucking license plate. Farlicht Verkids? Yeah, this is probably the Netherlands. What is the half yellow license plate? What is it and why are we seeing a lot of it now? I have questions. I need answers. We have white divider lines, white side lines. I haven't really seen too many accents on letters, which is kind of why we want to go with the Netherlands. Although, that is 459. Are we still in Denmark? 459, there's Vibi, that's 500. Here's 463. Where is 469, 475? We're looking for 459, 441, 425, 487, 423, 467, 439, 500, so we're too far north, 467 again. 500, 500, 457. So we're close to 459 at this point. 487. 451, 455. 461. Yeah, we're in like the right general area at this point, right? 451, 459. Where is Jules Mindy? It should be along 459. Down here. 7 kilometers, so we're over by Hoseby, I'm guessing. 2 Denmarks. What is this nonsense? We also have nice blurs. Astrup and Rarup. Here's Rarup. So we're probably actually closer to here. And then we don't have much time. We should be close to the coast. It ends up being further south. We went north, it ends up south. Not bad, 1 mile off. See what happens when we have a fucking number? We're able to figure it out relatively, like, decently, I think. It's not bad for a panic guess. But that's 2 in a row now that we thought were going to be the UK or Ireland that ends up being Denmark. So maybe I'm not so great when it comes to determining stuff like that. Although this one, I think... Left-hand side, white in the front, yellow in the back. We're in the UK. This time around, it's about goddamn fucking time. Imagine this ends up being Denmark again. I'd fucking lose my fucking soul. Somewhere in the UK, I think the water was to our west and south. We do look like we have a major city over here. Let's head down to maybe Tintagel. Why the fuck not? See if we can't find a town name. Obviously, we have all the time in the world. I mean, not really. 2 minutes isn't a lot of time. I think we've proven that. We have Kerbale. I don't know if that looks... It looks kind of Irish, doesn't it? Which is a concern. Because we know we're not in Ireland. Because of the license plates. But it could be Northern Ireland. Even though they don't have border to their west. No, it can't. I don't see anything that looks like Welsh or Scottish. Which, if we're in Wales or Scotland, I'd expect to see like a double language. So I think that does give us the credibility to be in just England and not anywhere else. I don't fucking know at this point. We haven't found a town name as far as I can tell. If we have, it just blended in with everything else, which means it's not a significant town. That was, however, road signs. Stevenston and Kilwinning. If that doesn't sound Irish, I don't know what. We're in a town called Saltcoats, because it says Saltcoats Town Center. So on the west coast, with a minute left, we need to find a town called Saltcoats. Does anyone know where Saltcoats is? Because I don't. Clearly I don't. We're going to check Wales anyway, even though it doesn't sound like a very Welsh name. Just in case. You never know. I mean, there's Holy Island. Liverpool, Southport, Blackpool, Morecambe, Whitehaven, Scylla, Beckfoot, the Isle of Whithorn, even though it's not an island. Great name, great name. Troon, Great Cuppabee, Hunterston, Greenock. We got a bunch of bullshit islands that nobody fucking cares about. Where could we fucking be? Could it be North Ireland over by Muff? Maybe. Ballycastle, Aldergrove, Groomsport, Ballywalter. Ah, shit. Shit. We're making a play. We're going over here. Ends up being literally right where we stopped paying attention. Here's Saltcoats. Where did we stop? We stopped, I think, right here. Because then we saw this, and we zoomed down, and we're like, fuck it. It's not going to be in Scotland. I know this is still part of England, but I didn't think it was going to be this far north. That's a shame. That's a shame. That's honestly what cost us. Obviously, tourists did have better guesses all around. We do get 5 out of 5 for the countries. And we come in last place. Holy shit. Tourists in first at 24,357, not bad. Bo in second at 24,356. So literally 1 point difference between the two of them. Incredible. And 0.3 miles total. That is incredible. Each handler in third place at 24,315, so also very close to the rest of them. Kaiser in fourth at 23,577, and we're in last 23,068. So it really came down to our UK guess. Honestly, that's what it came down to. Because everyone had a really good UK guess. But that is going to be where we called for the day, so thank you all so much for being here. I do want to give a shout out to Wolfchucker, who did start their YouTube channel. You'll be able to find a link to it on the right-hand side of the channel homepage. And if you have not heard, we are now the editor for the World Records page on geotips.net, which is a website made by the community to showcase all of the different countries and the meta behind them, so that will help you hopefully become a better Geoguessr player. But that is all we have for the day, so thank you all so much for being here. We will be back tomorrow at the same time, 3 p.m. Eastern, for another Geoguessr video. But until then, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and bye-bye.